completely flat. No smiles, and I just looked at them. I go, who'd they drop? And I was laughing, and they looked at me, they go, you, Kim. And I stopped, and my heart stopped for a second, and I looked at them, I go, yeah, real funny. Who really?
Who really? It was Kim. She went to Barcelona anyway to watch the Olympics from the stands as a spectator. 4 years later, Kim Kelly found her own private Olympics at the University of Alabama. On her final performance, she turned in a perfect 10.
I think I've come back like a champion. I think a lot of people could have just said, forget it, I can't go on, and just have been devastated and been mad at the sport and taking it out on the sport and not wanting to do it. I love it. I coach in the summers. I love gymnastics. I always will.
I remember living out that story myself. Diane Durham, a spectator again today, but a willing one, and she knows full well what each one of these girls is going through.
Well, you know, nowadays, John, they don't just publish selection procedures. They make the athletes sign them. Their parents sign them. They have to understand them. They also have to be approved by the USOC, the United States Olympic Committee. They don't want heartache like that. Unfortunately, John, we're going to have heartache here again tonight, because no matter how you slice it, there are only going to be 7 young ladies who compete on the floor in Atlanta. They've all trained. They've all spent their entire lives for this moment. Only 7 get to go there.
And the 7 that are announced tonight will be the 7 that you will see in Atlanta. Jenny Thompson in 11th position. She needs a miracle right now.
Well, you know, we talked about Steve Nuno saying he had high hopes for Jenny at these Olympic trials, but he was also very quick to say that he did not want to base her entire career on making the Olympic team. He said Jenny is happy to be back on the national team and that she's injury-free.
Watch this. That is so incredible. A standing back with a full. She's been doing it for a while, but every time I see it, I'm blown away by it.
She's made several comebacks. In February of '94, it was discovered that she had bone chips in her tendon in the left elbow. They were removed. She was placed in a cast. Then last August, while training for the '95 U.S. Championships,
You know,
her right heel separated from her ankle, and a surgeon had to use screws to adhere the heel back to the bone.
Elfie, I think this is her best event. She is so solid on the beam, so it's such a very difficult exercise. Just maybe the knees and the toes need to be a little bit better, but acrobatically she is way up there.
You know, she's come a long way. She's worked very, very hard on extending those knees, being as straight as possible. The difficulties there. This is where she shines. Just the dismount, it's a big one. Full twisting double back.
She needed that. Jenny Thompson.
Okay.
Amanda Borden is still set to go on the balance beam. She's getting ready. Stay with us. Welcome back. Jenny Thompson score on balance beam of 9.750, her highest score of the meet so far. And here is a girl who has a chance to make the team, but only a chance because she is right in 5th place. To fill you back in, 5 will qualify tonight, plus Shannon Miller and Dominique Moceanu. Amanda is always talking to herself. She's always saying, hard arms, tight stomach, fast feet.
And she needed that for that mount. Front semi-on, very difficult, blind landing. She was solid.
Although she has 2 events left, beam being one of them, this is the one that could keep her off the team.
Not yet, Tim. Solid acrobatic pass. I have never seen 2 athletes train more beam routines than J.C. Phelps and Amanda Borden. Of course, J.C. unfortunately took that fall on her dismount.
Mary Beth Arnold is 4/10 of a point behind Amanda.
Same skill as her mount.
And as Amanda knows, if you're 1 position out, you don't go. She was in 8th place when the top 7 went 4 years ago. She told us she feels more confident this 4 years later, that she was meant to be on this Olympic team.
Well, she really looks more confident, and that is so important on beam. I say it over and over again, but confidence, you got to go up there and do exactly what you do in practice right here at double back.
There you go.
Yep.
Her mom and dad, Patty and Doug Borden.
She is putting her heart into this competition. I just glanced over to the sidelines as she dismounted off the beam. Mary Lee Tracy jumped 6 feet in the air.
Amanda only needs a 9.121 to stay ahead of Mary Beth. And here is our leader, Dominique Dawes. She needs a 9.551 to stay ahead of Carrie Strug for the lead.
The second one, it's a 10th each time.
Remember that near-perfect 9.95 on bars.
You know, I think Dominique was just getting wrapped up in the energy in this building. She just had so much to give in the tumbling passes. They absolutely love her here.
There is nothing right now that can take her out of the top 5. Amanda Borden, a 9.862 on balance beam.
That means that Amanda Borden is almost 100% going to the Olympic Games. That's exactly what it means.